Rogan.
I see how that bell is useful.
Yeah. So Joe Rogan.
On to the next.
Yep. Yeah. So Joe Rogan just did. First of all, we were just talking about his thumbnails. I'll clip all this together. But Joe Rogan also just did an interview that I think is maybe one of the wildest interviews we've ever seen in our entire life.
Yeah, he had a black icon on it.
He had a black icon for sure.
He had a black genius on there.
Terrence Howard.
Respect him. Yeah. He has celestial knowledge.
Have you seen it?
I haven't. I'm going to just have to listen to you guys talk about it because I've seen people freaking out about it on Twitter, but didn't actually bother to click any of the clips, which makes me feel like a lazy
I think what's best to do, you might have to actually just YouTube that because I don't even know if that's in there.
What's best to do?
Actually, it is in there.
This one dude put in the comments, Cat Williams, after he reads 3,000 books, turns into Terrence Howard.
Yeah, Terrence Howard is Cat Williams' final evolution.
So he thinks he knows what the fuck's going on, but he's actually kind of clueless.
No, nigga, he remapped the
periodic table.
Yeah. By tone and color.
Yeah, so pretty much what we'll do, it doesn't matter where we click in this interview, it's lit.
Really?
It's lit, no matter what.
I'm on it.
But I think it's best to start from the very beginning because
we could do podcast cringe.
I think we should. Yeah, we can do podcast cringe, but let's just play the very beginning of the actual interview.
Oh yeah, because he gets right into.
Because it's like you just need to see how it starts.
Okay.
Just so you know that this is consistent.
Because have you heard of the mythology of Terrence Howard? Like the spree he's been on.
I don't know anything about him besides he's probably an actor.
He opened the Flower of Life. My fault. 15 years ago. Yeah, his third eye like literally opened 5 years ago. He's just been on a spree of knowledge of just trying to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just go around like to MIT, like real like regal places. But what's insane is that like there's like in all these cases a nigga saying a bunch of shit and there's a slither of reality in it because he has this one patent. He allegedly made the patent for virtual reality.
We're gonna start right from the beginning. So, but
16.
Huh? He has like 16, but the one that like 16, is impactful, he made whatever is the precursor to virtual reality. And it's allegedly worth $7 trillion. And he was like, I didn't do nothing. He didn't get a dime of it. He didn't get a dime. Like, they tried to make him pay. We're gonna look at it.
What the fuck?
Okay, yeah, but we're just gonna start from the beginning, and then if you can open on another tab, Too Lazy to Try, it's got to be one of his recent ones. But yeah, you just got to see the beginning of this at least.
Joe Rogan podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
How did you get started with all this?
I didn't come into this world the way everybody else does, I don't think. I used to think that everybody had the similar experience, but like if I asked you, what was your first memory in life? What would it be?
I don't think I know.
My first memory was almost like when you're dreaming and you're falling and you hit the bottom and you wake up.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first memory, but I didn't wake up here. I was inside my mother's womb. And I was about maybe 6 months inside the womb. And I'm like, okay, don't forget I'm here. Okay. Don't forget. You go to sleep. You wake up again. Now something's moving in front of you. And you're like, oh, that's my friend.
Can you pause it real quick?
But I had a different name for it.
I didn't even notice his shirt.
It was my hand.
What is that?
I was thinking that too. That's a very interesting shirt.
This is what I'm saying. This whole, like what you just watched, just imagine like 30, like.
No, it's 3 hours.
It's 3 hours of
3 hours of this.
But it gets worse, you know, like.
He's just getting warmed up, but we're starting in the womb right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's impressive because I have a friend who swears up and down and I trust him about everything else, so I guess I'll trust him on this. He says that he remembers like being in the doctor's office, like, or the hospital as he was born.
Are you serious?
But he does not say that he remembers being in the womb.
And he don't own no patents.
My sister says that too, but she also thinks she's autistic, so I don't.
Yeah. I do not remember the womb. Or anything throughout the first couple of years of my life.
I don't think I really remember anything for the first 5.
I can kind of remember like
my first memories are like preschool and kindergarten.
Yeah, I remember preschool, but very vaguely. I kind of remember the room.
Yeah, nah.
I remember like some of the toys.
Bro, the most distinct memory that I have of kindergarten is feeling like I was retarded because everybody was learning how to tie their shoes and I couldn't figure it out. And then also not being able to see the board and having to wear glasses since kindergarten. Those are my 2 memories.
Word.
That's it. That's it from kindergarten.
Mine was racism. That's what I learned in kindergarten.
For real?
Yeah, because I remember I had woke up and I put my shirt on to go to school and I had like a $5 bill in my sleeve. So I was like, oh shit, I got $5. I went to school showing that shit around. It's reading time. I dropped my $5. The teacher, she like, puts her foot on the $5 and takes it. I'm like, hey, bitch, that's my $5. And then so apparently my mom gets called and is like, I get blamed for stealing $5.
Nah.
What? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
literally.
So are we slow for not being as smart as him?
You know, no, I don't think
Like,
so.
what does this mean for us? You get what I'm saying?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know how smart he was attempting to be, but I get the idea that it's probably
According to
not
him,
something I would find that impressive.
Bro,
but
my biggest thing too with him is like, with people like this in general, I just be like, what are you trying to tell me though? Like, why does that matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, you caught up on the periodic table, these frequencies and shit like that.
It's really like the Bible. Like he's just going around trying to bless people with knowledge, but it's too much. You know what I mean? And I don't even think he fully understands it.
But
sometimes
talking like that will give people the impression that you're smarter than you are.
Yeah.
You know, hey, can you just click like the name, the channel name of the second post? That's what he's trying to get to.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing your boy Too Lazy to Try did a video about this.
Yep.
No, don't click it. Click the channel. Right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Too Lazy to Try, man. This is another YouTube legend. He does a lot of comedy mashup.
Go to videos or just keep scrolling
Did you say
down.
Too Lazy to Try had the video or was it
Podcast Cringe.
Podcast
Yeah,
Cringe. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
Podcast Cringe.
Yeah, nah, he went through, he clipped up some good moments, but allegedly, he might actually be smart. Because you can't just make the precursor for virtual reality without knowing something.
I feel like the people I've seen talking about it on Twitter seemed like they weren't fully admonishing him as an idiot, which probably to me makes me feel like it's not totally ridiculous.
That's how it
but-
is. There's always a slither of credibility
Maybe
surrounded by
maybe are we
belief.
just maybe aren't.
But Twitter is always lining up to expose a fake
That is
intelligentsia.
true. Yeah,
you know?
that is true.
And the idea with this nigga is that the method of science that we use now is, you know, the gentrified version. But the real version, the ancient knowledge, is more, you know, spiritualistic.
Might be too hard,
It's
though.
it's hard to
They had the
understand.
biggest
this
scope
shit.
of the picture.
Yeah, let's watch a little bit of this Podcast Cringe.
It's hard to say, but you probably caught at the end there that Terrance doesn't believe gravity is real. He has an alternative theory that electricity is the force that creates gravity. Now, like almost every theory he discussed on the podcast, he provided almost no proof of it. But like I said earlier, he has around 100 registered patents, and one of his patents was apparently the origin of virtual and augmented realities, which he believes was stolen by the biggest companies in the world to create their own VR technology. Now, this one is actually pretty convincing.
You want to know what my first patent was? The entire AR, VR world was built off of my first patent that was abandoned because I paid $260,000 for the worldwide patent, but then my agents kept, my lawyers kept sending me these maintenance fees and annuities, and I'm like, these folks are just trying to shake me down. I'm not going to pay this. And look at all the companies, and if you look at the patent, these companies have all earned, they have multi-billion-dollar companies they've built off of my patent. Just roll through.
Sony, Microsoft, Amazon.
Hewlett Packard.
Yeah.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
These are all the companies.
IBM, and it's still making money. This patent has earned over $7 trillion. But this is proof that my stuff
Is legit.
is legit.
So Jamie actually pulled up the details of his VR patent, and it was basically an input-output concept designed for virtual reality to be controlled by users in remote locations, all feeding from at least one server via their own control unit and digital processor, which works by transmitting instructions by detecting the viewer's position. Now, here's the interesting part. All those companies that were listed in the previous clip that they were going through had all cited his patent in their own VR patents. How relevant his patent was to their own products and concept designs is another question, but that's something you can actually look up for yourself and confirm. And that's usually how these things go, right? These theories are clouded.
Damn.
The nigga's a genius.
That was pretty efficient. Like, I appreciate any content creator that's going to actually fact check this shit.
Yeah,
you know, because that's what's
that-
really needed, especially like that Cat Williams thing. There was so much bullshit in that thing.
So much fluff.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing that was going through my mind is like, what are the fucking odds that this dude actually like
He's getting it right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm willing to give him all kinds of leeway to think like I'm sure he's done some great things in his
Right,
life, but
right.
like I don't know.
In his life, he played a pimp, nigga.
So, yeah, I don't know. He looks familiar, but I don't really know who this
Hustle
fool
and
is.
flow.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Terrence
Hard
Howard
out
is?
here for a pimp.
You never seen Empire?
What?
Empire, that show about the.
Oh yeah, I did. I watched like a few episodes.
You
of
only
that,
know
yeah.
gang members. That sucks.
I don't really be watching no TV like that.
This Terrence, he's our legend.
Right.
He's a legend.
Okay.
But nah, he's a genius too. But
Damn, that's kind of crazy. All right, well, I take back my jokes. They owe you at least $1 trillion.
The nigga's legitimate. He's legitimate.
They owe you at least $1 trillion. But it is kind of weird.
and he hasn't been acting.
I don't know how to advocate for that for anybody. You know
he
what I'm
hasn't
saying?
been acting that much too. So it's like, I think he's really trying to make
He's on that.
a change. You know what I mean? He's trying to become a guru.
I think he's doing the MIT program, nigga.
Yeah, nah, he even looks a little kind of deranged. But shout out to Terrence Howard.
Yeah,
He's smarter than everybody here.
Black legend.
You're not doing nothing on the side.
Yeah, I don't even understand what you're saying that he did. You're saying he was in Hustle and Flow. I remember I never watched like breakdancing movies when I was a kid. So
What? This is not a breakdance.
it wasn't.
God.
I never
been out talking about-
spin around on the cardboard boxes or anything.
We've been up talking about Shadows.
Yo!
Goodness gracious.
Boys in the
I ain't
He
seen
definitely
that.
has not seen Shadows.
I remember wanting to see Shadows a lot because diplomats used to talk about them a lot.
He said
Well, yeah.
breakdance. You talking about kidding?
Breakdance.
You talking house party?
Jesus.
They weren't
All right.
breakdancing. Wrong era.
Can you hit that bell for me, man?